Next verse. Is that time or shall we stop? One more? Okay. 16. This is a beautiful verse and everything is just summarized in these two lines. Nasato vidyate bhavo nabhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drishtonta stvanayotsya tadarshibhi. Who will read? Amrita.
The unreal has no existence, and the real never ceases to be. The reality of both has thus been perceived by the seers of truth.
Okay. Let's break up the sentence a little bit. We'll start with the word vidyate. Vidyate means there is. Na, no. Bhava, existence. Asata, of the temporary. There is no existence of the temporary. Means temporary doesn't actually exist. Asat, asat.
The first one, Sutta.
No, break this up. Na, asat. Then vidyate again, there is na, no. Abhava, stopping. Abhav is in lack. There is no lack, there is no stopping. Of what? Sata. Sat. There is no way you can stop the existence of Sat. Means Sat is permanent. And there is no existence of Asat. Asat doesn't exist. Darshibhi, I'm going in a logical way for you to understand. Darshibhi means the ones who have darshan, the seers, the wise people. What do they see? Tattva, the truth. Anayo, of these two, Sat and Asat. Ubhayo, both. They see the truth of both these.
What was over here? Both these.
Both. Api means also. Tu, truly. Drishta, observed. Anta, conclusion. So the seers of truth have seen both these, Sata and Asat, and they've come to the conclusion. What conclusion? That Asat doesn't exist only, and Sat cannot be stopped from existing. Such a beautiful thing. See, the problem is that our buddhi right now is not trained to see between the Sat and the Asat. We have got so many lifetimes where we have taken the Asat to be the only truth. We have not seen that there is something which is beyond the manifest. There is something which is unmanifest, which our senses are not able to understand, our mind also is not able to understand, and our buddhi is also not been able to understand. And none of these things, BMI, body, mind, intellect, can perceive it. And so they cannot perceive it. that is called avidya, ignorance. See, sometimes we have this, when we were small, we used to get these biscuits, of different shapes, animal cookies and all that, right? So you give that to offer it to the children. You say, I want monkey only. Someone say, I want horse only. Someone say, no, I only want butterfly. I only want this. Because they are only seeing this outside shape. But if I give it to you all, you will just, they're all the same, na? Any difference in the taste? No. Then give me anyone. You are not going to, because your buddhi knows that basically it's a cookie made out of atta and both are the same, whether it's monkey ka shape or donkey ka shape, right? And so similarly, the one who is the seer, the darshibi, is seeing outside you are looking like a monkey, outside you are looking like a donkey, but finally you are all
donkeys.
Atmas. Understand? So we need to go into that essence of what you are, rather than just seeing the naam and the roop, donkey, monkey and all. Or suppose now this Gopal brings his whole jewelry collection here. Then you will all see, ये design अच्छा है, वो design अच्छा है, this gold bangle is good, this shape is good, this size is good, this design is good. But if you take it to the pawn shop, what is he going to do? He's not going to see the design. He's just going to see vajan kitna hai. He is just going into the essence of it. Purity kitna hai. So if we can train ourselves to go beyond the outside appearance and go into the understanding, मैं कौन हूँ, then nothing which is connected with the outside can disturb me, because I am not that and neither are you. Suppose you are dreaming and in your dream you have become a multi-millionaire. Will it be true when you wake up? No. Or in a dream you have become an ekdam poor person. When you will wake up, you will know you are neither the multi-millionaire nor you are the pauper, right? When you wake up from your avidya, when you wake up from your false identity, you will see you are neither man, woman, Indian, etc., American, whatever. You are that. And that is what spiritual training is, to make you understand you are none of these outside things. You are neither man, woman, you are neither, that is what we are chanting in Atma Shatak. Neither am I mother nor father, neither was I born nor will I die, neither I am guru nor I am shishya, neither I am friend nor foe, neither I am sukh nor dukh. Aham Nirvikalpa, Nirakara Rupa, Chidanand Swarupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. That basic understanding is what we are moving towards. Okay? So, everything in this sansar which we take as real, what we are doing is we should understand they are not concrete. Nothing is permanent here. It may look permanent. For example, a mountain. Permanent?
But it's changing.
It is continuously changing. Mountain is also continuously changing. It is continuously eroding. What about river? It is continuously passing. What about ocean? It is continuously changing. It is going from one place to another place. It's moving. What about our skin? Even as we are sitting here, it's changing. What about our hair? Even while we are sitting here, we are shedding cells. We'll have to clean up. Everything is continuously changing. Continuous. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is concrete. Then why we are worried at the time of death when everything will change? Right now also it's changing. Right now also you are dying. By the way, did you know that? But because this Bhagwan is in us, it is getting Rep- what? Replenished. So none of these signs which we take as permanent, which we take as concrete, none of them are permanent. So what is permanent? Atma. Atma. And who are you? Atma. Therefore you are permanent. If you can get that, your fear of death will go. All those who have put in their thing, I am afraid of dying. Don't be afraid of dying. You will never die. Only your body will die. Only this wrinkled skin will die. Only your split ends will die. Only your crooked smile will die. Only your beautiful face will die. This will die. You will always be there. Na abhavo vidyate satah, that which is real can never not exist. Let's go with Sat. Never changes, we have talked about, right? It's always permanent. And there's a wonderful shloka, fire cannot burn it. Nagesh. Fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, wind cannot blow it, whatever, right? It will never ever change. Another characteristic of Sat is it cannot be negated. What does that mean? Cannot be negated. You know that there are 3 states of consciousness. What are they? Waking, deep sleep, dreaming. You can either be awake or you can be asleep in a deep sleep or you could be dreaming. Right? Then there's a 4th one which we have not reached yet, so we'll not talk about it. When you are in waking state, you have negated sleep state. When you are in deep sleep, you have negated waking. And when you are in dream, you have negated deep sleep. That means neither awake state, nor dream state, nor deep sleep state is Sat. So are these 3 real is the question. Is waking a real state? Is dreaming really there? Is deep sleep really there? No, they are all temporary. They are all temporary. That is not the real state of your essence. Your essence, your tattva, your atma is in Turiya always. So the atma, what does the atma do? Atma witnesses the waking state. Atma witnesses the deep sleep state. Atma witnesses the dream state. That is why when you wake up from a fantastic sleep, you say, I had such a good sleep today. How do you know that? Have you ever wondered how did you know that? Because when you were asleep, your mind was not working, your brain was asleep, your intellect was asleep, but your Atma knew it. Right? Or when you wake up, you say, I had really a real weird dream. Oh yeah, how do you know? Because the Atma had witnessed it. And who are you? Atma. You are Atma. That is why you know it. So King Janak once had a very, he was asleep and he had a dream that he was a beggar. He was very poor and it was a very vivid dream and it felt like really he was experiencing. Sometimes we have dreams and we cry in our dream. Sometimes we laugh in our dreams. Sometimes we wake up and we are still crying in the dream. So he had that kind of a very vivid dream. And so when he woke up, he was like confused. And he called all the wise men of the court and he asked them, I have a question, can you answer that question to me? And he says, what is real? Is it that I am a king who had a dream of being a poor person? Or am I actually the poor person dreaming now that I am a king? And nobody could answer that question. Then Ashtavakra came to answer that question. And he said, neither the one who was dreaming being a beggar is real, nor the one who is awake thinking he's king is real, then who am I? You are the witness of the one who dreamt, and you are the witness of the one who is awake.
But now there have been so many realized people. Why do we still lose faith and find it harder to accept these laws than
Because this beautiful world that Maya has built, it's so attractive, it is so appealing, it is so whatever, that we get caught in it.
So many things versus just one thing.
No, that one thing is in everything, and we are only seeing the cover instead of seeing the essence. It is not one thing compared to so many things. In all these so many things, it is only that one thing. That is the beauty. Tattvamasi, you are that. I am Aham Brahmasmi, you are also that. He is also that. She is also that. The flower is also that. The cloud is also that. The stone is also that. The river is also that. We are just seeing the avaran. We are just seeing the veil. We are just seeing the curtain and not knowing that there is something beyond the curtain. Why? Because we are not focused enough to train our mind to see it. That's it. We have just got caught up in the beauty of things, in the pleasure it gives, in the sukhs that it gives, and our desires are continuously mushrooming, snowballing, till it becomes so big that it will take lakhs of lives to come to the source. And if you don't do something right now to do it, I don't know how many more lakhs of lives you all want to live. There's nothing wrong. You can live also. I have no objection. I'll miss you there, that's all. So, basically, what Bhagwan is telling Arjun, see everything from this viewpoint. When you see something, just pause. What is Sat in this? What is Asat in this? When you have a thought, think, what is Sat? What is Asat? You have a feeling, what is Sat in this? What is Asat in this? You know, you analyze yourself. Don't just live like a racehorse with blinders. You know, gaya to gaya, bas. Just going down the wrong path. Going down the path of ignorance. Pause. Smell the roses. Find out, this is Sat. What is in this rose is Sat. What in this rose is Asat. See, if we are living in an ashram, this is what the gurus do in the ashrams. They talk about this. Then they say, now go in the garden, pick this flower. Come on, analyze. In this flower, what is Sat? What is Asat? Fragrance, softness, look, color. What is it? Look. Finally, neti. Neither this is real, nor this is real. Peel out the layers. This is also not real. This is also not real. Well, what is it? It's the life in this which is real. You know, like that. This is how, what one does in Ashram Gurukul. This is what I would have loved to do with all of you. But we are still in Sansar and we are not ready for this. We are not ready to slow down our lives and look at one rose or one anything, one blade of grass. We are not ready. We are really only ready to have this experience and have that experience and go to this country and have this food and these clothes and these shoes and this thing and that thing and that thing. But we are only interested in that. Then you have to wait. So, that is what Bhagwan is trying to tell Arjun, and that is what I am also trying to tell you. Try to find in everything the essence, not the roop. Roop, form. And the one who can see this is the one who has what we call Tattva Drishti. The ability to see the Tattva, the essence. And that is what you have to do for the next fortnight. Try to develop Tattva Drishti. And it's not something that is just going to develop overnight. But at least whenever you remember, you can analyze. And it can be done any minute. This book. So, what is essence of this book? This flower, this crow which is sitting on my windowsill. Anything. Most of the things you will find, you are only focusing on the naam and the root. And the tattva is lost. I mean, you're not, that is the avaran shakti. You understand? The outside glamour, the outside glitter, the outside beauty, the outside smell, the outside everything is hiding, veiling the tattva inside.
But
I'm asking you to unpeel.
in everything, then it's that essence. So what is it to unpeel? You can just go straight and say that's boring.
Go,
Boring.
go.
No, but there's nothing to go because it's boring. It's that tattva is there and everything.
So it's boring.
Yeah, so you don't have to peel anything. You just have to say that. Yes.
It's not about saying, it's about experiencing it. It's about experiencing it. And I'm telling you to experience it in a flower because it's tangible and there is a space between you and the flower and it's concrete, I can remove. Then you try it in a person
So you experience each of the things.
and say, this is
and
not
then-
it. Yeah.
And then you.
Yeah, because it has to be your experience. It's not just a word. This is not real. Experience it. Okay, this flower. This flower. Let me see. Is this Sat or Asat? If it is Sat, it cannot change. It's changing. Therefore, this is not Sat. Smell. It's very concrete. I can smell beautiful smell. After 2 days, bad smell. Where was that good smell? It changed. Like that, make it your experience. It's not about quoting words. It's not, this is Asat. Okay, forget it. What is Sat then? Okay, the essence of this flower is Sat. It has not made any difference to you. And then you try it with your spouse.
To peel off all the things.
You don't have to physically peel her skin off.
By that time you are already peeled off.
Mark, is it more difficult with the things which are ugly according to your perception?
Yes, by all means. Not only ugly, even beautiful. Because immediately what will develop is vairagya. You know, rag is more difficult to get rid of than dvesh. Ugly is more easy to get rid of. Beautiful is more difficult.
More attached.
There's more attachment.
Not real, go away.
No, it's not because we think of essence as something divine. So to see the
But the divine is neither beautiful nor anything. It is just. It is. That's it. It is. You cannot define it by beauty or anything. It is. It is existence. What is beautiful of existence? It is. It is just is. And being there gives you joy. That's it. And Chit, you know it. It is. I'm aware of it. And it is happiness. Sat, it is. Chit, I know it is. Anand, I'm happy in it. That's it. So it's not nice. It's not I am happy because it is beautiful. It is. That's it. There is a full stop after it is. There is no predicate to this sentence. And the subject is Atma. So prepare your minds. Make them ready. Any questions? Please say no. No, please ask any question because I'm sure there are doubts. So you should clarify it because we are not meeting now till the beginning of Jan. Any doubts? Anything you would like to clarify? You understood what to do as sadhana?
So how do you make it your experience?
Actually doing it. Going in the garden and actually doing it. go to the river, stand in the river, and say, what is real here? It's passing. Therefore, water is also not real. May everywhere you try to see the temporary and the permanent. You're enjoying batata vada. What is real about this? No, nothing real. This potato will also go, this atta will also go, this oil will also go, and this taste will also go, because after keeping this batata vada for 3 days over there, it's going to smell. Therefore, this sukh which I'm getting from the batata vada is not real.
So now this physical experience of a flower or a river, how do we do it with a person?
First, do with an object.
Till January.
Yeah.
Till vada pav.
Only then it will be. Then you can do it with some unattached person like bhaji wala,
Oh my god.
taxi wala, bus conductor. You know, someone who you don't have any emotional ties with. And then last you will try to do it with people who you have a lot of emotional baggage with. So you cannot start with those who you have emotional baggage with. That will be very difficult. That is why you do it with these kind of things where there is no emotional baggage.
Everyday one.
It's your choice. Depends on how fast you want to come out of it. You can do one a day, you can do one a week, you can do one a month, you can do one a year, one a lifetime, whatever. Right? Anything else? Cool.